Tiara Imanto presents an animated short adaptation of the book Circe by Madeline Miller, narrated by Nathalie Kamdani. Pharmaka. You dare speak of that? Tethys' voice was low and angry. Speak of what? Circe asked in surprise. After Circe had watched the man she loved sail off, in wild she turned and ran to her grandfather's palace, past the naiads, past the visiting nereids and dryads, to the oaken stool on the dais where her grandmother ruled. Tethys, she was called. Child, I have done as much for you as may be done, and there is no more. Go from here, and let me never hear you speak of that wickedness again. Circe walked back through the couches, the chairs, past the skirts of whispering, smirking naiads. She was too wild to feel any shame. All she had wanted was to keep Glaucus by her side. Anything it takes, even when the only solution is to turn him, a mortal, into a god. Pharmaka. It was not a look she knew well, the look on her grandmother's face when she'd said that word, even among the other gods. She had begun to know what fear was. Pharmaka. Magic, a power greater than one's own, for such could make even a god afraid. During a banquet the next day, Circe drew stories from her uncles who had fought in battles. She had learned the names of those many places that had been sown with God's blood, and where those places were. And among them she heard of one not far from Glaucus' shore. Come, it is very close, a perfect sleeping spot to ease your weary bones. Circe coaxed Glaucus down among the crowding blossoms of flowers of the palest yellow and shaped like bells. Herbs of power, grown from the blood of fallen titans. She had brought water and a basket of food. She was aware of her father, the sun's eye above them. A picnic, she meant it to appear, if he should glance their way. She served Glaucus and watched while he ate, and set a cushion on the ground. Lie back, she said. Sleep. Won't it be nice to sleep? I have a headache, he complained, and the sun is in my eyes. Glaucus was always tired, and in that moment his eyes were dragging closed. Circe stirred the flowers so they lay against him. Now, she thought, now. He slept on as she had seen him sleep 100 times. In her fantasies of this moment, the flowers had changed him at a touch. Their immortal blood leapt into his veins and he rose up a god, took her hands and said, Now, I may thank you as you deserve. Change, she whispered. He must be a god. Change. A line of acid was tracing through her stomach. She rose and walked the hillside, searching for some crimson clutch of blossoms, vivid, leaking obvious power. But all she found were common blossoms that any hill might have. She crumpled beside Glaucus and wept. Those soft, foolish flowers bobbed around them on their stems. She hated them. She tore up a handful, her hands sticky and hot. In her ears was a dark humming, like a hive. A knowledge woke in the depths of her blood. It whispered that the strength of the flowers lay in their sap, which could transform any creature to its truest self. Circe did not stop to question. Glaucus's lips had fallen open as he dreamed, and she lifted a handful of flowers over him, squeezing. The sap leaked and gathered. Drop by milky drop, she let it fall into his mouth. Your truest self, she told him. Let it be.